My guess is you haven't heard of Meridian, Connecticut. But at one point, this was the silver capital of the world, believe it or not. And so Rossano Galante, one of my favorite composers, he does such an amazing job of sort of bringing out a cinematic experience from the wind band. We've done a lot of his stuff over the years. He has composed a piece commissioned by Meridian High School in Meridian, Connecticut, called Rise of the Silver City. I think you're going to really enjoy this one. couple of reluctant soloists there. I tell you, this has been a real pleasure. And I've been so excited to meet your students. I wish I could spend more time with them. And, we just had about 3 hours, barely getting to know each other last Saturday, and then yesterday was kind of a long day. But we had so much rehearsing to do that we didn't get to know each other as much as I would love. So I hope to get to see these students come back. Those of them that haven't graduated, come and do this honor band thing again. And then, of course, we have a summer band program. And that is on June, I believe it's 12 through 16. 12 through 16. And if you live close, you can commute, but if you live far, we're actually going to have overnight available this year for the first time ever. So yeah, you can do a resident camp here, and we're going to have orchestra camp, we're going to have jazz camp, we're going to have band, all in one crazy week. So put a pin in that. Hope to see your student for that week. We'll get to know each other a little better at that point. And I just want to thank you parents, really, for coming out, and also for supporting your students, allowing them to do this project, driving them to and fro, back and forth. Anyway, this wouldn't happen if it wasn't for the support of the parents. We know that. And thank you for enduring all the practicing and paying for the lessons and all those kinds of things. We would love to connect more with you in the future, so please see me after. Come and talk to our wind ensemble members. I'll be down in front, and we just want to thank you very much for coming tonight and for all your support. We're going to close with, you have to do a march, right? In a band concert. This is by John Philip Sousa, of course. It's kind of a cool story. It's actually the 100th anniversary of this particular march. It was written in 1923, kind of late in his life. He died in 1932. So he was past his time as the director of the Marine Band, and he was well into his career with the Sousa Band. And this group was hugely popular. They did, international tours back before there was airplanes. They go on ships and just do thousands and thousands of concerts. It's amazing how much performing they did. And so we have an edition by the Marine Band, which is a compilation of not only his written scores, but by word of mouth and interviews from actual players that were in the Sousa Band. They talked about how they actually performed it. So this particular performance is informed in terms of performance practice, and we look forward to doing that. So the story goes that a man by the name of Mitten, M-I-T-T-E-N, was the head of the Philadelphia Rapid Transit Organization, and they organized light rail to come from downtown Philadelphia and environs to Willow Grove Park. It's now, unfortunately, now a shopping mall, but it was a huge amusement park, and they had an unbelievably large band shell. Not a shell really, but a pavilion that would draw as many as 50,000 people to come and attend a concert by John Philip Sousa. I mean, like YouTube got nothing, right? This guy was huge. So this march was dedicated to his friend Mitten. March of the Mitten Men, dedicated to all those workers that would bring in those crowds on the light rail as part of the Philadelphia Rapid Transit Organization. It's an interesting story that we've done this march with the CBU band, 10, 12 years ago. And it's got another name. It's also called Power and Glory. The publisher, on the second time around, thought that would be a better title. So obviously Sousa's title is March of the Mitten Men. We're going to do that for you tonight, but it's also known as Power and Glory. Dedicated to Mr. Mitten. His favorite hymn was Onward Christian Soldiers. And an unusual moment here in a typical march, we're going to hear that hymn as part of the trio. So I think you're really going to enjoy that. Maybe you'll recognize it. So again, thank you for coming. Thanks for all your support. We hope you enjoyed this last march, and we get to see you again real soon. Don't forget, April 6th, Wind Ensemble and Symphonic Band back in this place. And there's just one thing I need to do in terms of acknowledgments, and that is to thank North Point Church once again for hosting us for another concert. We bring our symphonic band here, our jazz ensemble, and symphonic band, and wind ensemble, etc. And so I want to thank Tony Shute, Pastor Tony Shute, the pastor, music pastor, yes. Music pastor and a great friend of mine, Steve Dahlgren, their ministry assistant. Let's give it a Steve Dahlgren. He's not here, but and their ministry assistant who had a very long day today, right? A couple of services, and she stuck here all the way through the evening, the afternoon and evening, and that's Micah Valdez. She's around here somewhere. And then I want to thank Matthew McConnell, our technical director, and his crew for recording our concert tonight and all of their assistants. So again, thanks to you for being here, and we hope to see you again real soon. Here's March of the Minutemen.